Good morning. It's December 10th today, and we're going to be in Revelation 2, which has some of the letters to the churches that were written by John, given by Jesus to John to write to these churches. And there's so much that's really interesting and important in these letters. One thing that I always note is that, first of all, that Jesus is still thinking about his church, that he's writing letters to them to tell them of his opinion of them, to keep them on track, and to encourage them. Overall, the book of Revelation is meant to be an encouragement to those who are experiencing some persecution and some really difficult situations so that they might persevere through that, knowing that Jesus is going to win in the end and knowing that their eternal destiny is secure. So it gives a great deal of courage to know that all of the future is in control of the one who loves us and bought us for himself. So each of these letters has a piece of encouragement to them and an admonishment to look ahead to the future, to be victorious, to overcome. But there is also some warning, of course, in these letters to correct behavior that's happening, to purify the church, not to allow false teachers to come in, not to pay attention to those things that are only temporal and not eternal. And so each of these has that. But I wanted to highlight the encouragement that comes at the end of these two letters, especially to Ephesus and Smyrna. The first one says, "Whoever has ears, let them hear what the Spirit says to the churches. To the one who is victorious, I will give the right to eat from the tree of life, which is in the paradise of God." So it's a reminder back to Genesis, where there was a tree of life in the midst of the garden, and this is now an eternal promise of returning to Eden and having life eternally with God in paradise, and that's a pretty amazing promise. The next one, to the one in Smyrna, says this: "Whoever has ears, let them hear what the Spirit says to the churches. The one who is victorious will not be hurt at all by the second death." The second death, of course, is spiritual death. It's separation from God for eternity. And then finally, to the one in Pergamum, he says this: "Whoever has ears to hear, let them hear what the Spirit says to the churches. To the one who is victorious, I will give some of the hidden manna. I will also give that person a white stone with a new name written on it, known only to the one who receives it." And so there's a lot of precious promises that are here. Surprises in some sense. There's some mysterious things to it. This name that's written on a stone, this hidden manna, the second death, all of these things are a bit mystical, a bit mysterious, but they are only mysterious because we don't have them in full yet. We can't fully appreciate them because we aren't capable of that yet. There is coming a day, though, when God will make us capable of receiving all the promises that He has given to us, and that comes at the end of the age. And so that's plenty of reason for us to endure what we have in this present age.